have a student that at the beginning of the year could not hold a pencil, had very limited language skills, and about a week ago he drew a picture for the first time. Normally it was hard to get him to hold a pencil long enough to make lines on the paper, and he copied the word mom. And when I sent that photo home for mom, I promptly got an email back, not only a comment but an email saying, can you please send this home because my child has never drawn anything, let alone drawn me. So that was a huge moment for her to have that picture to put on her fridge, and immediately she had it within 5 minutes of him drawing the picture, and he had so much pride and he had that smile and he's holding it up, and she was like, this is a big moment in our house. And I was like, of course. And it was sent home that day. So that was our big like, oh, this matters. And you could see that growth and progression and everything he's done in just a drawing of his mom. And that would be something that maybe 2 or 3 years ago you wouldn't have noticed because you weren't keeping that log and your parents weren't following along with that log. And now through FreshGrade, we're on the story together.
I have to say at first we were really apprehensive about it, thinking, oh, another thing we'll have to learn and we won't use it. But I think for myself, speaking for myself, I've come full circle.
I think one of the biggest hurdles that I overcame was when it came time to share with parents. I was hesitant to do that, and now it is probably one of the things that I enjoy most, going on and seeing what they have posted.
Well, when I started it, I really wanted the kids to be accountable, and I wanted the kids to be reflecting on their pieces of work or artifacts. So we started a lot of brainstorming things that would be meaningful to the students, whether it's things that we're doing in the class, in the school, for others in terms of our faith in action. And that's how we started. And then we just developed them wanting to upload things and when was a convenient time. So we don't just stop and do FreshGrade during the day. It's an ongoing thing if they have time, or if they are finished their work, or if they just want to jump into it because they're excited about something.
I really like that I have the opportunity to go in at a time that is convenient for me and to look at what the children have posted, and it gives me real insight into some of their thinking. Things that they like about the classroom, things that they find challenging.
I think it's really helped to promote some good development in the teacher-ECE relationship, and that it offers a faster chance for us to have a quick capture of whatever the moment is that we're capturing, and then communicate about it pretty quickly and say, isn't this exciting to see this development in this child's skill?
I think the real key thing is for us to see progress. So the more precise and selective we are and the kids are about what they're putting into FreshGrade, then you start to be able to see progress and improvement. So you might even be able to comment on, say, a child's reading, and if they've recorded themselves reading in October, and then in end of February they record another reading, then I can actually say to them, wow, look at how much I noticed that your reading was so much better from October to February. So it's that whole kind of wraparound and being able to get in there and see what the kids are doing.
I tell them they can't just take a picture and just throw it in there. They have to say, I'm proud of this because, or I struggle with this because, my next step could be this. So we've talked a lot about that language.
We start with a Post-it note on each student's desk, and anytime that they think about something that they want to remember to upload, they'll just write it on their sticky. The Start Fresh prompts are fantastic for deeper kind of understanding of why the pieces are meaningful to them, and it gets kind of to the why are you uploading it. So instead of it being just an online scrapbook of pictures, it's the reflection piece that I really want to see.
It connects me quite well. I mean, I was surprised. Sometimes I'll be sitting at my desk reading report cards or doing the less fun aspects of the job, and my phone will just start to buzz. All these updates are coming in, and I'd like to be in every classroom all the time, but I can't. And I might not even be on site, and I'll get an update from a class or a student that's doing something, and it could be really interesting. And if I'm here, sometimes I'll just get up and I'll go to that classroom.
We catch those little moments of learning, and we use that to guide our instruction and to see where they need to go and what they're really engaged in.
They're really proud of what's in there, and they look back on it and they smile. So you can see kind of just the progression of their learning, what they're proud of, and it's kind of like a little reminder for them throughout the whole year that you know, these are some things that I really excelled at. These are some things I still need to maybe work on my sentence structure, something little things like that. So just little reminders throughout the year of good things and things that they can improve on as well.
And children themselves will even say, you know, I built this, or I've been doing this, can you send this to my mom, or can you send this to my dad? I want them to see what I'm doing. So that's really them taking the opportunity to share it.
So we usually make a list of things that we want to post on FreshGrade, and we'll just add them to our sticky note lists, and then we'll go to Miss Koenig and ask her to airdrop our photos.
You get to share facts with your parents and your teacher, and maybe it's something that even they didn't know.
Well, I like how we can choose what we want to post on it and reflect how we felt about doing that project. One of my favorite things I've posted is my circles with Mr. Riley, and then the grade 6 faith day that we went to back in October.
Here's something I don't like. Sometimes when you write something, your parents or your teacher just writes a question that's even harder.
I think it's allowed the parents to be more informed. Newsletters let them catch up on what's going on here, within a few weeks. School agenda often doesn't capture the kinds of things that we're doing effectively, so I think it's provided them with an opportunity to see some of the things we're doing.
Well, it's really neat. With my younger son, he's in grade 1, so they have some videos of him reading and whatnot, so I can really help encourage him to read at home, which isn't something he necessarily enjoys doing at this point because he's just learning. So it's nice to encourage him and praise him that I saw what you did today and it was so wonderful.
As a parent, we are a big FreshGrade household. We absolutely love it. It's a way for us to see what our kids are doing every day in the classroom. At the end of school when they're coming out and you're like, okay, how was school? You get the regular answers like, yeah, it was fine. What'd you do today? Did you learn anything new? Nope, we just did review. And now with FreshGrade, you're like, you can promote more of a conversation because you can be like, well, I seen you did some math today. Like, what kind of counting did you do in class? And then they kind of remember what they were doing then, and it sparks more of a conversation.
So all of a sudden, the report card's no longer a surprise. It's a conversation we already started on FreshGrade, and we're just finishing it on the communication of learning.
The other thing I think too is that it's connecting parents. If parents are in there, then they see that I'm also commenting, not just the teacher. So it just shows that we are all working as an in-school team to support their children's learning.
I think it's amazing that when they're going through it, they get to see from September their growth. And it's funny, some of them are saying that their reflections have been terrible in the past. So clearly they want to make it more meaningful and deeper.
First thing we do in the morning, never mind emails, we go right to our FreshGrade. We want to see what the parents have celebrated with us.
It allows us to tell our story as well, and I think that's really important. Not just our story as learners, as a learning community, but also our story as Christians in our faith journey, as a community of faith.
It's our lifeline. We snap it and we attach it to their learning. We're just so thankful for this tool that we can share with our parents, with our staff. It's everything to us.
Just start. I think that trying to make a plan and trying to go, well, I'll try one a week or this, just do it. It's very simple. If you just start, take pictures, which I'm sure most educators are already doing. Once you sit down and look at them and go, wow, this parent would love to see this, or this child was really proud of this. This is something that should be celebrated and shared. Once you start doing it, it's very simple.